That's reality. This week, we're talking about Taylor's song on Road Trip called Love Lost.
Yes, the song is an interesting one because I sing it and I kind of sing it in the first person, but it's entirely based onto a story that was told to me. So it's not really my story, it's somebody else's story, but I thought that it was like kind of this powerful story where you gotta face something in life that you never really wanted to face or saw coming. It was like a relationship that goes wrong. And yeah, I just wanted to bring some heavy stuff to the album since we got so many different kinds of songs. I'm like, we need something that like has more of aggressive tones underneath of it. So that was this song. I needed to keep it simple, and it just is driving. You know, it's got everything that I wanted in it. I had to record like growls and stuff. I really wanted to do growls. I've never done that before, so I had to like learn how to do it. So that was cool.
Yeah.
And there's definitely a safe way to do it, and there's a dangerous way to do it. So practice the safe way. It's fun. It's actually really cool.
There were a few different iterations of it to begin with. I remember one of the early versions of this was in D, like in the key of D.
Oh yeah.
Not just that it was in drop D, but it was actually in the key of D.
Yeah.
And so there was a practice that the three of us were together, and I just left the recorder running, and you could hear us come up with kind of like an early kind of version of it. Like the chorus was going to be something different. This was very early on.
Yeah, I was going to call it bleeding heart disease at the
And then that was going to be one too.
Yeah, sure, at the very beginning of it.
Yeah.
I don't remember how the music started. I think I just wrote it.
Yeah, because you pretty much had an idea, or you at least had a riff that we did work on together that was in the key of D.
Yeah. It was like opposite of what it is now, and then I flipped it over because I wanted to do it in A.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's the thing, yeah. So we had this version of it in one key that we're like, okay, I can see where this is going, and then we didn't work on it for a little while. And then all of a sudden, yeah, a few months later, Taylor came back and he's like, it's in a different key now, and it goes like this, and we're like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
So a little bit of like, we like learned it one way, and then we had to kind of like stop it and like relearn it a different way, or at least I did. And there was one particular pattern of chords that I learned that I was doing wrong all the way into when we were recording. There was one thing I realized I was doing wrong the whole time. So
figure it out though. That's what's funny about the studio. You never really hear everything until you go to the studio.
It really puts like your individual parts like on focus at a variety of different ways. But I think the version of that it is now is obviously the best version of it. I love the way that Taylor sings it. I love the way that that it does kind of get into that territory that, you know, isn't as natural to me. I mean, you don't hear a lot of like this kind of heavy stuff from me. Another one where I was able to just focus on guitar parts more than anything, and just kind of dig in and kind of be a supporting guitarist on this one, and that felt pretty cool. In like a lengthy live set, songs like that, from my perspective, are good because it gives my voice a break for a song. Usually, if you see us play like something like this live, you'll see me like drink water and like give my voice a rest.
For those who don't know, me and Taylor kind of come from more of the heavier side of things and whatnot, definitely more of a hard rock, Van Halen kind of background and whatnot. I definitely come from more of a hard rock, heavy bluesy kind of background.
Bon Jovi, Nickelback,
You're
ZZ Top.
a lot of, it's very much a wide variety. And I think that's kind of what makes songs like this a little more interesting, and basically just anything we all write together. If we're all in the same room, we can definitely come up with some very interesting stuff. This one was very much Taylor's.
I didn't write anything on this one. This was all Taylor.
So once I threw my hat in the ring there, it kind of just went in pretty naturally, and it definitely came up. Definitely has one of my favorites for sure. So
The production in it was so clean and awesome. Like, I don't know what happened there, but it's like, it's like so like, we're exactly what I wanted. I was just like, make it sound like Motorhead, and it's like, oh yeah, that's no problem. Just did it. Jesse, you're awesome.
Well, yeah. So that's Love Lost. I got 3 more videos coming out over the next 3 weeks. So tune in, check out the whole playlist. We've talked about most of the albums so far by this point. Sub on YouTube if you kind of like what you're seeing, and follow us everywhere else. And yeah, catch us at a gig. We're hoping to gig a lot in the year to come here. So yeah. And have a great rest of your week until then. Bye!